Day 3 of the HoRRORman's challenge, tissue time. Hey everybody, I'm Jay from Media World. It is day 3 of the HoRRORman's challenge, tissue time. Now what he's asking in this video is to pick a scene from a movie or television show that generally choked you up or made you cry. And you know, I'm not afraid to admit it, there has been a couple of movies and some okay TV shows that have choked me up a little bit. So there's been a select few, which I'm going to choose two. One that is generally has made me cry, and I'm not afraid to admit it, and of one that is quite personal and quite emotional to me. I'll get straight to it. The first one is The Green Mile, Stephen King based novel. Absolutely fantastic movie. Definitely recommend it if you've not seen it. I'm pretty sure you have. Really amazing movie. Really well done script writing, soundtrack wise. And I think we know that what the scene I'm about to mention is called the end scene, when this character here, the lovable character here, he gets he gets executed, and it's just wow, it's just a really sad scene. Basically, his character for the movie has been accused of killing 2 little girls, but we find out within the movie, bit of a spoiler here if you haven't watched it, sorry for this, is he's trying to save us. He's got powers. He can, you know, cure diseases, cure illnesses and all that stuff, and he can bring people back from the dead. He can even do that, but he's only got so much time to do it in, and he was trying to save those 2 little girls who've just been murdered by this maniac, which we find out later in the movie who it is. And you know, they think it's him automatically because, you know, his colour and of course it's time of it, you know, it's very that kind of movie, and it's just done really, really well. That scene was, and basically he doesn't want to stick around anymore. You know, he's just, the world that he's living in is just too dark and too nasty, and he just wants to go back to heaven, back where he belongs. And he's some sort of angel, he's some sort of higher power that, you know, and he doesn't want this body form anymore. He wants to go back up, and you know, they're going to do his execution, and it's just really, really sad. It's just they're strapping him in, and all the guards are crying because they've gone to love him and care for him, and they've been a long time with him, and it's just really, really sad. And Tom Hanks, man, fucking hell. Well, he's on that lever and everything's right to do, and what he does, he's just holding this lever. He can't do it. He physically can't do it, and he's just, I do not want to kill a good person. You know, Tom Hanks' character is fantastic. You know, he will execute people, but he will treat them fairly. He's not a nasty person. You know, he believes that, you know, everyone has a second chance, and he honestly believes that this person does not deserve to die, and he physically can't do it, and he's like, he won't do it. And the music and the atmosphere and just the God's crying, it's just so emotional. I try not to cry every time, but I always do, you know, and I can't stop myself, you know, and really pulls on the lever, and that's it, you know, the lights go as they do, and just it's just a really slow motion type thing, and it's just really well done, and it's just so sad, and you know, it's just fantastic. It really is fantastic, and definitely one of my favourite scenes. Oh, definitely a fantastic movie, one of my favourite scenes, and every time I watch this movie, I have to prepare myself for that. So, you know, The Green Mile, absolutely fantastic, you know, really fantastic scene, and I'm not afraid to admit that I have cried at the end of this movie. So that's just a true movie how you can do good script writing, good acting. Next movie is unfortunately something I don't own in my collection. It's a really fantastic movie. It's called The Grey. It was released January earlier this year. Really fantastic movie, good survival movie, but it's also got a really personal connection to me. So Leslie Nielsen from Taken, really fantastic stuff. And the last scene I want to talk about is the last half an hour. This is a bit of a spoiler if you're not seen, I apologise. Basically, you know, it's a survival movie, of course, and all the people that I was with, you know, have all gone, they died and all that stuff. And you get this really fantastic soundtrack, comes with that dun 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 dun, and it's like really amazing, really chilling, and it's really sad, and it's like really, it gets into your soul. I think it was really fantastic. Got that soundtrack on my laptop and MP3, and he basically is surrounded by these wolves and this main wolf in front of him, and he's just basically went, you know, get ready to, you know, tackle this wolf. But it's not about that. That's what I liked about the scene. We find out in the movie, we keep seeing these like flashes throughout the movie, that these like little scenes of, you know, someone, he's obviously, no, he's either a wife or his girlfriend, and at the start of the movie he basically wants to commit suicide. We don't know why, and we find out within these flashbacks that his wife has died from an illness, and he's ready to die kind of thing, and it's like, wow, Jesus Christ. And it's really sad, really well done, and he's picking up all his wallets and all the people that have died on this trip, and he's just put them down. He's put all the letters down, and this cuts back to a flashback when he was a kid with his father, and it quotes this kind of like really fantastic quote: "Once more into the grey, into the last fight I'll ever know. Live and die on this day. Live and die on this day." Fantastic quote. I love that quote, and it's just the way it was done, and the whole scene build up, and really sad, really emotional, and it's really amazing. And of course, at the end of the movie, he's getting ready up. He's got a knife in his hand, and he's got bottles, and he's about to take out this wolf. And we don't see the actual battle with the wolf. I actually like that. I thought that would have taken away the actual core of that scene and what it was trying to prove. Some people disagree. Some people hate the ending. I actually love the ending myself. I think it's really emotional. Really gives something. Now, what makes it personal to me is I watched the movie day after. My mother was in hospital, and she was in hospital bed. She was in a lot of pain, and unfortunately there was not much I could do or the doctors could do. And this is the movie within that same week that I watched it, and seeing that scene, Les Nielsen's wife on the bed, dying. Fucking hell! I was nearly choking. I was nearly crying. I nearly was. I had to really control myself, and it was just such that scene. I keep thinking, looking back to that, that mental picture in my head, and it's just fucking out. Wow, it's powerful. The movie itself is fantastic, and that scene itself is powerful, but I thought it was extra personal to me. It just still happens that kind of scene happened, while something tragic was going on in my life at the time, and of course, unfortunately, later on. Within the same week, my mum passed away, and it's just that movie is very personal to me now, and it's very when I watch it as a good movie, but also watch it as an actual personal connection, and just thinking, fuck, I automatically assume that things are gonna work out for themselves, or you don't think the worst, where would you kind of thing, but yeah, it's just. Sometimes, and that's what I like about that quote. It's like you live and die in this day. You live and die in this day. You fight to the end. You don't give up. And you don't give up that easy. And that's what I like. I like that motto. I like that kind of energy. And it's just try and stay strong. That kind of stuff. So yeah, that's the movie, and that scene is very powerful to me and very personal. And yeah. So yeah, that is my two films, The Green Mile and The Grey. A film hopefully I'll be getting soon. I do want to get that movie in my collection. And yeah, that is day 3 of the HoRRORman's challenge. Tissue time. Thanks for holding that question. I thought that was quite a good question, and a bit more variety. So yeah, looking forward to your next one. So in the meantime, this is Andrew from Media Film Game TV. Signing out.